People of God, y'all doing all right? Good. I'm all right. I'm glad you asked. Listen, today is one of those shows that I will do for you because I have to. I have realized things about Christians that really rattles my chains, and one thing is that they tend to follow behind a whole lot of mess because we tend to be very unbalanced. We're unbalanced, and I can't understand how we can be thumping and pushing a book called the Bible and be so unbalanced with the world. And it's almost as if we are have some kind of autoimmune disease spiritually, because we can't determine. And I think when Jesus was speaking to them about you can look up and tell that there's going to be fair weather today. You can see that the clouds are forming, and you can tell it's going to be a cloudy day tomorrow, and it's going to be what have you. But you can't determine the times of the seasons. Basically, spiritually, he said you can't even see that I'm coming sooner than you know. You can't determine things spiritually. You don't have a spiritual eye, and so we're so naturally conscious of so many things that we can't see that who you talking to is a wolf. You can't see it, and this is why so many Christians have been bewitched, bothered, bewildered, and bamboozled, and Plymouth Rock lands on you all the time, and then you got to beg Jesus to rescue you out of stuff that you can't see yourself. And so I think a lot of us are Pharisees, and we don't even know it. Jesus called them blind. He said they were the ones that were blind. The blind man who was really physically blind, he healed them, but he told the blind man, but these people here, they're blind, but they think they could see. They saw you as being blind, but you was blind physically. But spiritually, your eyes are open, but they are blind spiritually, which is worse. And which would you prefer to have? A physical blindness or a spiritual blindness? Let's answer that. About 60. You good. Don't stop it. Bass.
It's the show that will get you thinking, and where the topics are hot. Feel free to comment whether we agree or not, 'cause he's got something to say.
Sirwalterj Jones. Sirwalterj Jones.
He's got something to say. Sirwalterj Jones.
Sirwalterj Jones.
Report live 7 days a week, always on time, but his time is not free. Sirwalterj Jones, always on fleek. Latest trending topics, how you jumping out your seat.
He's got something to say.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is the midday connection, baby. How y'all is coming in? Water's fine. Y'all all right? Good to see you. Nicole, Sam, Kelly, Amber, Carolyn, Beatrice, Jeffrey, Thompson. What? Jeff, you here? Big ups to you, man. And the rest of y'all. Listen, I'm just, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, somebody sent me a message. And it was going off on me because he asked me the question, why do I hate? What do I have against Donald Trump? Why you hate him so much? You need to stick to reading your Bible and prophesying and speaking in tongues and laying hands on the sick and they recover. That's what he basically said. He watching right now. That's what he basically said. And I looked at his comments and said, you know what? Boy, these people, you all are, some of you are eating lemons. And you leave the house with that lemon taste in your mouth and that lemon smell all in your body, all over your body. And you can't smell yourself. You so deep. And if a preacher tell a joke, you're like, you're going to hell. And so you're so spiritually minded, but you're no earthly good. So I'm asking the question again, which blindness would you have? Would you prefer? Don't say, Kelly, don't say I don't want either. You have to have one or the other. Kelly said bitter. Kelly, you got to have one or the other. If you had a choice, would you want to be physically blind or spiritually blind? Now, I'm hoping most of you would say physically blind, because there's some people out there, there's a lot of blind people in the world who can see their way through mentally, emotionally, or they can feel their way through life, and they don't want your help. I can't tell you how many times I tried to help a blind man with a cane. You're like, I got this. I'm like, but you can't see. Yeah, you think I can't see. There was a member of our church years ago who he was a truck driver, and he became blind over time. So he couldn't drive anymore. But when we would take him home, it would take us about 30 minutes to take him home through all of the different variations of turns and here and there and that highway and this here and there. And that man knew every bump. And every bump that we hit, he knew that, oh, we're crossing Washington and Delaware. If you're a historian, you would understand that. And then we would hit a dip like that. He said, oh, all right, we've got about 10 more minutes to go. And then we would make a left turn. He says, oh, there's the restaurant right there. I used to eat at that restaurant. And I'm sitting in the back seat, and I'm saying to myself, that man ain't blind. I'm like, Dad, I thought he was blind. No, he's blind. But he can feel his way through because he's been taking that road, those roads for all those years being a truck driver. He knows his way around better than we do because I've never been to his house. I would rather be physically blind than spiritual. So this whole thing with the Springfield, Ohio, got a whole bunch of Haitians there that are eating everybody's dogs and cats and ducks. Let me tell you something. This is a race problem. And every time I talk about anything other than religion, when I talk about finance, when I talk about politics, I talk about education, or I talk about even anything medical. Everything in America has everything to do with race. Do you understand? Your color has everything to do with your success and what's going to come to your town and your block, your color. Or this is one reason why you all are not filling out that census that comes every 10 years. You ignore it and throw it in the garbage. But you're doing yourself harm, and you're doing your city, your street, that is, your neighborhood harm when you don't do it. You don't have a representation, which means the monies don't come through here to do anything for you. Everything in this country is about race, even where you worship. Everything. Where you go to school, what happens to you when you go see a doctor or a nurse. Everything has everything to do with your race. Black women know that because black women are the most out of any race harmed by all sectors of America. Black women gets the worst treatment. They are beaten the most. They are robbed the most. And when they go to the doctors and the nurses treat them the worst. And they feel that black people can take pain, so we go through so much pain in hospitals, but a white woman going in, they're going to do all they can to treat them well. Let me get to this whole dog and cat thing. Dogs and cats are treated better than you. Why? Because of this. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are on this show right now. Please unsubscribe to the channel because this is not a popularity contest. This is a teaching channel. You don't have to like what I'm going to say today. Miss me and go somewhere else. And you got some people that you like, go over there today. But today, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. If a black man, I'm telling you what I know because this happened to me numerous times. If a black man is walking down a neighborhood that is predominantly white, somebody's going to call the police. Ask me how I know. I was driving down a white neighborhood. I was married at the time, and my son was in the back seat in the child seat, and I'm driving up and down a white neighborhood, and they called the cops. If a black man is walking down some of these, and I'm telling you, you're going to hear doors locking, women going to grab their purses and walk across the street, all kind of stuff. But if a stray dog or a stray cat is walking down that same street, everybody who sees it going to come outside and do everything they can to feed that dog, nourish that dog, care for that dog, want to adopt that dog. Even if the dog got fleas and gnats and all kind of stuff and maimed, they're going to pick that dog up in their bare hands and bring him in the house and maybe call for a veterinarian and pay for it. So when I heard about when the vice presidential pick for Donald Trump brought up that whole dog thing, where did he get it from? He got it from Truth Social. Somebody posted it there. And here's the problem with some of you on that side, because I often talk about you people on the left. I'm a very fair and balanced person. When that person said that what you always talking about Donald Trump, and he said, and I don't even like Donald Trump. I think I said, use a lie. You love him because you only criticize me when I speak against Donald Trump, but you never criticize me when I speak against Kamala Harris. Never. It's telling me who you are. Brother, you know who I'm talking about. You know, the one who gave me that long comment on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about. And you say, how dare you? Because I put a video up there with a white guy playing the keyboard talking about the dog thing. It was a cute song, and Donald Trump saying they're eating dogs. And the guy was like, y'all, you preachers get on my nerves, and your scandal's going to be exposed, blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you say all that when I was making fun of Tiffany Montgomery? Remember Tiffany Montgomery, who kept saying the D word and all that stuff? You didn't say nothing. Remember when Larry Reed was talking about having sex every day, and I was doing all these antics? I didn't say a word. I was doing all these antics, but you never said anything about that. I teased Creflo Dollar. I've teased Jakes. I've teased all kind of folks, and not word from you. Matter of fact, you laughed at it. And you said, you know, you're right. I love your teaching. But as soon as I said something or put something up there about Donald Trump, you're like, you need to leave him alone. You preachers need to stick to the Bible. So that vice presidential pick saw a post on Truth Social, and then he spread that mess. Donald Trump picked it up. He's got this thing with Kamala Harris and said they're eating dogs. And that in itself was a whistle, a dog whistle. And what happened? Those poor people there in Springfield are afraid to leave their houses. We have never seen nothing so ridiculous in American history that a United States president would say some of the most dumbest stuff and be able to keep his job for 4 years. And then he gets indicted, impeached a few times, and charged with this, and charged with that, and charged with this, and charged with that, and charged with this, and charged. He's in court more than he's at home. And then the American people say, we want him. You know why? You double down, and you need that man. And it's the spark. See, you need a spark. You need somebody to rally with you for this one thing. Let's go back to the beginning of my conversation. This is all about race. He's the strongest man you have. So you ignore all the other things that he do. And it's like a woman who finds a guy because her flower of time is getting ready to blow away, and she needs to marry and needs to marry fast, and she finds this guy because he's the next best thing to be in there. And it doesn't matter if he's cheating, or it doesn't matter if he's got some kind of disease. It doesn't matter if he's angry and mean. It doesn't matter if he's abusing her. It doesn't matter if he's raping or even her children or molesting them or what have you. It doesn't matter. She needs him because he takes care of her bills. He pays her bills, and he gives her good sex, and he gives her that security that she needs. It doesn't matter all these other things about what he does. And the daughter is being raped by this guy every night. And then the daughter goes to the mother and say, the man that you brought in the house, he is molesting me. And the mama say, it's not true. It's not true. He wouldn't do that. Number two, they would say, well, it's your fault because you walk around here half naked. You see, she will hold on to him at the cost of her daughter. Americans are doing the same thing with their presidential pick. They don't care how horrible of a man he is in character. They need him because they need the spark that keeps them alive. Do you understand? You need that spark. And so, if one person is stealing ducks and eating them, then everybody, all Haitians, are stealing ducks and eating them. If one person, there was a woman that y'all had to go far and wide to find a woman who we see a video of her got fur on her mouth because she ate a cat or something like that. We got that little video of the police got her on the ground, what have you. And they said, see, we got proof. Some of y'all, the Bible told me not to call anybody an airhead. The Bible told me not to call anybody stupid. So I can't call you any of those words because Jesus told me not to call any of you that. Because you're guilty of the death of Jesus and you won't make it to heaven. So, he used the word raka. So I can't call you that. But he does allow me to call you a fool. I can't call you a D-fool because that just makes no sense as a preacher. Why would I do that? But you are a fool. And a fool says in his heart that there is no God. There's so many fools out there. So you're a fool. So the woman who was supposedly eating the cat wasn't even a Haitian. It wasn't even a Haitian. It was just a woman who lived there in Springfield. And they stuck to it. This is all about race. Everything is about race. And Shelley, maybe you're misunderstanding me. Let me see if I'm reading you right. You said, so since it's all about race, what does that mean? We're supposed to vote for? Yeah, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. So let me explain it to you. Everything is about your color, meaning whether you rise or whether you fall. My context of saying that is what's against you. It is against you to be black. It has always been against you until there are a couple moments when it's not. Because if it wasn't for black people, America would have maybe one or two genres of music. Other than that, black people have given America some of the greatest culture in world history. And I don't know what America would do without black people. But because you're black, there's a whole lot of stuff that you have to work harder to get because of your skin color. Do you understand what I'm saying? But what you all have done was you voted for Barack Obama only because he was black, because you was ready for one. Well, you thought you was ready when Jesse Jackson ran in 1983, 84, but y'all wasn't ready. You weren't ready. You weren't ready. So more black people were born, and you was ready for Barack Obama, and so you voted only because. And he told you, vote for me, and I'll make this country black. And you said, that's my man. He got in office, and he realized that he got into a bubble. See, presidents don't run the nation. So he went inside of a bubble, and he couldn't do nothing for you as a black person. He couldn't. He peed y'all off, but it didn't matter. When he served 8 years, and you still wanted him back for another term, but he couldn't do it. So now we got a woman who's running, and you're only voting for her because she's black and she's a woman. I can't tell you how many black women have told me I'm voting for her because she's a woman, a black one at that. I can't call you dumb. I can't call you ignorant. I can't call you stupid. I can't call you airhead, or I can't call you raka, but I can call you a fool. I can call you a fool. So I'm going to give you, now listen, this brother right here, I'm going to play this guy right here. Even you preachers got involved in this mess. And I just don't understand you people to save my life. This preacher went viral maybe a month or two ago for something he said. Now he's going viral. Well, maybe he's not going viral for what he's getting ready to say, but he's going viral now.
Crucify me out there. I just got to get ready for the cross. But the Bible said if you live and preach godly, you will suffer persecution. When I saw the debate the other night, and I heard what President Trump talked about eating cats and dogs, I thought he had gotten senile. But there are things that people don't know and understand that he was strategically trying to put out. The illegal immigration policies that are going on in this nation is getting ready to reshape America like never before. And y'all don't see it because you got a corrupt media that won't tell you the truth. They are bringing millions of people into this country, and they are shipping them around to different cities all over the United States.
He's right. Absolutely. And guess who's doing that? The shipping. The Republicans are doing it. Those red states are doing it. The conservatives are doing it. Why? I live in Chicago. Anybody live in New York? Anybody live in Detroit? They coming here because those Republican governors are shipping them here. You understand?
And the media won't tell you nothing.
Yeah, they did.
It sounded crazy, but it's true. Yes, it's true. Because people don't understand voodoo culture. Haitians come out of Haiti, which is a strong voodoo culture. And the reason it's going to be a problem, see, they got you thinking race. He just hate them black folk. No, it's about culture. Even the Venezuelan gangs are bringing their culture to our nation, and they are taking over cities right now, and the police can't do nothing with them.
Venezuela. The word Venezuela is also a dog whistle for your political stand. You people who don't like to watch the news because of this kind of rhetoric here. Now, he's right, but yet he's leaning somewhere to tell you where his politics are. All right? Where his politics are. So what happens is a person who tells you that the media is telling lies, which a lot of them do, typically are people who watch one news source. One. And that is conservative media. So if you can tell the people don't trust the media, trust me, the people who typically say that are conservative media. So you'll watch one source to get all your news, even if it hurt you, you've got to watch that news. Notice when Fox News always bring up Chicago, it's always in the negative. It's always about blacks. It's always about killing and crime. Even though Chicago is not on the top 20 list of worst cities in America. Somebody might want to Google that right quick. Chicago have not been on the top 10 list for many years, but every time they bring up the worst of crimes, Fox, they always bring up Chicago. Why? Because one man brought it up. And when that one man brings it up, that one news source brings it up. But when you look at the top 5, they never bring up the 5. St. Louis, Memphis. They just don't bring it up. It's just amazing to me. Detroit. They don't bring them up. Chicago's always on there. All right. So pay close attention to what he's getting ready to say. Because he's saying now the Venezuelans they're coming to all these cities and taking over. Y'all saw it happen once over there in Colorado. See, all you need is a spark. And it was an apartment building complex. All you needed was a spark. Come on, Little Rock. Who else is on the top 5 list, y'all?
So every time anything come up about anything black folk, we always accuse it to be about race. No, it's culture. Voodoo culture requires sacrifice. In other words, bring me an animal, and that represents you, and I want you to lay it on the altar and give it to me as a sacrifice. But in voodoo, you eat the animals that you bring to the sacrifice. This is what the media ain't gonna tell you. I got a Haitian pastor because we helped to build a church over in Haiti, and he has enlightened me on different cultures. Yes, they get those animals because they need them for sacrifice. They kill the animals, and then they are taught that if you eat the animal, you will get more power inside of you. And so they eat the animals, and demons are the ones that come on the inside. I'm preaching up in here.
Y'all see what he's doing here? So he's basically saying, walk with me here. Springfield, Ohio, had a problem years ago. People were leaving there in droves. All right? By the thousands. And business was leaving. All right? They needed help. So businesses was coming back. The economy was getting better, but they needed workers. So what did they do? They went over and decided to make an exchange with Haiti. Did they just pick up any Haitian person? Absolutely not. What they did was they found the best of Haitians. Many are very educated Haitians. And they came over to Springfield. You understand? And they did bring their culture over there. Absolutely. Here's the thing. Why is it that we are just now doing a presidential debate hearing about Haitians eating dogs and cats when Haitians been over there for a long time in Springfield? Why right now? Huh? Why right now? And why do we not see any video? Nobody got a cell phone. Nobody got an iPhone. Nobody got an Android. Nobody got a Polaroid. Nothing. And the best you can find was somewhere where a woman was on the ground with some cat fur on her mouth who wasn't even a Haitian. That's all you got. And they've been over there that long, and you haven't seen anything, no complaints, no posts, no newspaper, nothing. The local news never said anything about it. Nothing. The locals who were not Haitians never brought it up until now. You know why, right? So he spend the hell out of this. Come on, Orlando. With all of the cameras, you all got cameras where you can catch stuff that no man can ever catch. But you can't catch that. David Weaver said, you can't video what's not happening. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't call y'all dumb. I can't call you ignorant.
Was among the early purveyors of garbage inside.
Y'all are not going to like me playing this because this is MSNBC, which means I must be a liberal, a Democrat, Kamala lover, and this is proof.
Right. Trump's brain comes from neo-Nazis. According to NBC News, Blood Tribe, a national neo-Nazi group, was among the early purveyors of the pet-eating smear in August, posting about it on Gab and Telegram, two social networks popular with extremists. The lie then crossed over into mainstream circles when, without evidence, people on a Springfield Facebook group promoted the bogus claim that Haitian immigrants were stealing neighbors' pets and eating them, and killing ducks and geese for food. NewsGuard affirmed that Monitor's misinformation tracked down the individuals who made the initial claims, and surprise, they could not say that they had any firsthand evidence to support them. It was all hearsay.
Really?
It was Donald Trump's running mate, James David Vance, who then mainlined this lie. He first complained about the influx of Haitian legal immigrants who he lied about, claiming during a hearing with Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, back in July, that they were not in the country legally, and accusing them of draining resources. Clearly not satisfied with the damage he did there, Vance doubled down, claiming that reports now show that people have had their pets abducted and eaten. When reporters asked the senator for any evidence at all of his claims, his Ohio staff failed to provide any.
Nothing.
That didn't stop conservative trolls like Charlie Kirk, Elon Musk, and others to spread it even further, who spread it, even further. And as often happens, stories like these are often fed by a kernel of a real thing that then gets twisted to fit the lie. In a case that some were confusing with Springfield, police in Canton, Ohio, 175 miles away in another part of the state, recently charged a woman with cruelty to companion animals for allegedly killing a cat in a neighborhood in front of multiple people. According to USA Today, that's according to USA Today. And guess what? Also according to USA Today, that woman was not Haitian. She was an American from Ohio. Here's another thing they're lying about. Haitian immigrants supposedly stealing geese. That lie stems from an image that has been shared of a man carrying a Canada goose, which, like the woman in Canton, morphed into a claim that Haitian immigrants were eating wild geese in Springfield. A reverse image search leads to a month-old Reddit post claiming the image was taken in Columbus, Ohio, 45 miles east of Springfield. The photographer behind the now viral goose photo spoke with a local NBC affiliate and said his original intention was to document a weird thing he saw in Columbus, not Springfield. And he was taken by surprise that the image was repurposed to spread this lie. He also added that the individual was not, I repeat, not Haitian. Here's another big lie that Trump and Vance are so good at spreading. That Haitians are the unwelcomed root of all of Springfield's problems, and as a result, should be punished for it by deporting them to Venezuela.
In Springfield, Ohio, 20,000 illegal Haitian migrants have descended upon a town of 58,000 people, destroying their way of life. We will do large deportations from Springfield, Ohio. Large deportations. We're going to get these people out. We're bringing them back to Venezuela.
What Nazi curious grandpa won't tell you is that Springfield welcomed immigrants to their hometown because they were suffering such a massive population decline as businesses left the area. Just take a look at this 2014 headline that reads, in black and white, for the junior senator from Ohio to read, quote, Springfield seeks to be immigrant-friendly city, unquote. The Ohio Dispatch reported that Springfield actively took steps to attract new businesses. Their efforts worked. In 2022 alone, 3 companies announced plans to invest more than $100 million in Springfield on expansions. This happened to come at the same time that many Haitians sought refuge in the United States due to gang violence in Haiti that, of course, is fueled by the constant destabilization of that country by France and us. The Haitian immigrants hired at area companies have been background checked and issued social security numbers and work permits. They pay taxes, but are not permitted to vote. The Republican governor of the state, Mike DeWine, went on Fox News, well, we'll just say Fox, to extol the values of these workers.
They came for jobs. When you talk to the employers who are employing them, they'll tell you, look, they're very hard workers. They're very family oriented. One employer was quoted saying, I wish I could hire 100 other ones to fill the jobs that we have. So that's why they came.
And this isn't even the first time Haitians have been the victims of racist fear-mongering by Donald John Trump, son and grandson, and 2-time spouse of immigrants. He called their home an Essel country and said allowing them to seek refuge here was dangerous because they all, quote, have AIDS.
They all have AIDS. And the sad part about his vice presidential pick is his excuse by talking about spreading that lie that they were eating dogs and cats and all kind of stuff. He said, my constituents were calling and telling me this. If Ohio is his constituents, why aren't the Haitian people his constituents too? Do y'all understand what he's saying here? He's saying I'm sorry, did I say that? I'm sorry. My constituents were telling me that they were doing this, as if the Haitians who are legally there are not his. So now these Haitians are running for their lives and they have to shut down the schools a few times because there's bomb threats. Why? Because one fool on television said they're eating dogs, and you all, who are also fools, said it must be true. And you want me to shut up because I'm a preacher. You want me to stick to the Bible. Well, I'm in the Bible. And every time God beat the tails of the Israelites is for this same reason, doing harm to the poor. You know how many times in the Old Testament, especially among the major and the minor prophets, that God kept saying to look after those who are downtrodden, those who are impoverished, tend to the widows and the orphans and the strangers. How many times did he do that? And then Jesus comes on the scene and he was talking about, y'all are getting so caught up in this tithing stuff. You so keen on tithing. He said, you even paying tithing in the spices. That's how much y'all are deep into tithing. He says, but you're forgetting a weightier matter. Justice was the word he uses. And all you Christians are backing up people who are going against justice for those who need help. That man just said, when I get in office, not only am I going to be a dictator for a day, I'm going to go down there in Springfield and get all those Haitians out of there. He don't even know the law. He don't even know how they got there. He said, I'm going to deport them to Venezuela. And y'all like, that's my guy. That's my guy. I can't call you dumb. I can't call you stupid. I can't call you an airhead. I can't call you raka. But I can call you a fool. I can. So let me give you a history on the Haiti people and why America treat Haitians like this. Haiti is considered by most white people, especially in government, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. But why? Whenever we see the Haitian people, whenever we talk about it, we see them as the poorest and the worst off, and it's like a jungle over there. Oh, yeah, it is a jungle over there. And this is one reason why the debunkers every year do a fundraiser to Haiti. We've sent thousands of dollars over there. All right. It didn't go into the drug lords and the gang lords' hands. It went straight to those young people into their bellies, because we got one guy at my church. Mark's Success is his name. He's a Haitian born man. He's a member of my church. He speaks fluent French and Spanish, but he's a Haitian man, and he is my go-to man for everything that's going on over there. So when we raise money, we give it directly to him, and he directly takes it there, and it meshes right into their system. We have a school over there. So for somebody, I know a whole lot of history about the Haitian people. And the average African American never even heard of the Haitian revolt. And you don't even know why they even revolted. Donald Trump don't know the history of the Haitian people. He don't. But the little part that he do know, he is his father's son. And when I say his father, I'm not talking about his natural father per se. I'm talking about the founders of our country. He is his father's son. There is no honor among thieves. I need y'all to put that in the comment section for the people who are going to watch this tonight and tomorrow, because I'm going to give you a little history on America's bloody hand. There's a reason why Haiti is impoverished today. America had his hand in it and still do. That's why he called them S-hole countries. There is no honor among thieves. None. No honor. In 1697, France and Spain ended a war with each other, and they divided that Spanish colony, calling it Hispaniola. You can Google Hispaniola on the map and you'll see it. And through the labor of enslaved indigenous and black people, that territory, that little part, Saint Domingo or something like that, it became a very profitable piece of land. They exported sugar, they exported coffee and indigo and all these other things, okay? Those Africans, self-liberated Africans, led a revolt, and they ended slavery there. And after 12 years of fighting the French colonial power, which had tried to reintroduce slavery to them, they declared their independence. And those black people who were former slaves called it Haiti. So the United States would not recognize her. Why? For fear that it would cause the slaves in America to rebel. This is your history here. If you'll be doomed to repeat it if you don't understand it. The Spanish owned most of the territory where the Native Americans were. The Spanish owned everything, a lot of the land, not everything. The Mexicans over Mexico owned over there in California, but the Spanish owned everything west of the Mississippi. But on the East Coast, Great Britain owned that territory there, which formed the 13 colonies. You'll understand. But there was the Great Britain and France and Spanish had something going on. United States was trying to get its independence, and so was the Haitian people. So was everybody else trying to get their independence. So the United States wouldn't recognize Haiti. It just wouldn't do it. because they was afraid of the revolt. Well, the United States occupied Haiti under President Woodrow Wilson for how many years? 19 years. And killed thousands of Haitians. We did that. Why? Because there was some stuff over there. We had an interest in it. And this is something that America does all the time and still doing today. And then what did they do? They did what Putin did. Putin put a puppet leader over there and annexed Crimea. And that's what he tried to do with Ukraine. That's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to put a puppet leader over there in Ukraine. That's why he waged that war, because he wants to revitalize the USSR. Y'all, if you don't understand this history, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not going to understand nothing. America is Putin. America is also Germany. Hitler only got in office and in power because of the same thing. The same thing. World War I. Germany acted a fool. The nations came together to overtake Germany, and then they charged Germany big money for what they did, and it ruined the economy of Germany, which caused one man to come to power. I'm telling y'all, history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure do rhyme. So the United States decided to put a puppet president in Haiti. So it ended around 1934. Why? Due to rebellion. And it was just too costly for America to stay in Haiti. History is about to repeat itself. Well, France, who had Haiti, France didn't recognize her. She only did after Haiti had to pay 150 million francs, and they called it a compensation for lost revenue from slavery. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying here. The United States ended slavery. Y'all remember that, right? Your Uncle Tom told you that. Well, because slavery ended, the slaveholders was losing money. Guess what the government did? Huh? Put it in the comment section. Guess what the government did? Y'all heard of reparations? Reparations? Something that y'all are trying to get? The slaveholder, the government didn't give you the 40 acres and the mule. The government paid the slave owner reparations. Because they gave them a bailout. This is the exact same thing. So what France did, they lost the revolt and charged Haiti for loss of revenue. And do y'all understand what I'm saying? Lord, listen to your children praying. And it took, let's see. It was so costly that it was 10 times Haitians' annual budget. So they knew that the Haitian people couldn't afford it, and it impoverished them. And it took Haiti 122 years to pay that debt back. It took the Haitian people 122 years to pay off their debt. So where does the United States come in on this? If it wasn't for Haiti, we probably would not have the expansion of the Louisiana Purchase. We owe Haiti a debt of gratitude. For those of you who live west of the Mississippi, you owe Haiti a debt of gratitude. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? The Louisiana Purchase, and who America always brag about, if it wasn't for Haiti, you wouldn't have it. I'll tell you why. In 1803, we purchased 827,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi. That is 15 states in parts of about 2 Canadian provinces. And we purchased it back then for $15 million. All of you learned that in history class in grammar school. Today, $15 million back then today would be equivalent of $600 billion today. That was a lot of money. That Louisiana purchase was ceded to the Spanish. The Spanish owned all that land. They fought the French in this war. I think it lasted for about 7 years. The Spanish owned it. But how did we get it? Napoleon Bonaparte. Y'all heard about him in school too. Napoleon came to power and exchanged that territory with the Spanish people. That's how much persuasion that he had. And at that time, Thomas Jefferson was the president, and he wanted to purchase land slowly. So he wanted New Orleans first. And then he would keep purchasing land as he would go up and up and up. But there was a problem. If America did business with Napoleon, then it would cause us to make an allegiance with Great Britain, in whom we was trying to cut our losses with, forming the 13 colonies, writing the Declaration of Independence. And we just couldn't do it. And what changed it all? The Haitian Revolution. It changed history. Those slaves fought so hard against France and the Spanish help and Great Britain. It was something that was never heard of, that black people was overtaken and getting their independence back. I mean, they fought hard. And the French had put too much power in there, too many men. They sent too many men over there. Those men were dying by the thousands, and they put too much money over there that it was actually bankrupting France. France was going broke. Going broke. So where did we come in on? Because France was going broke, France needed to raise some money. So guess what France did? Napoleon was like, hey, Thomas Jefferson, I hear you're buying up some land. I got some swamp land over here to the west of the Mississippi that I'll sell it to you for a song. You just give me $15 million and it's yours. America was like, I'll take it. Where do I sign? They signed on the dotted line, and they gave all that money to France, and France then took that money to try to restore their economy. And guess what? We expanded and doubled our size through the Louisiana Purchase. Why? Because the Haitian people were relentless. We owed them. And unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, because it's because of them as well that the Indians began to lose their lives, because as you went westward, then it became this whole Trail of Tears situation, and they tried to annihilate the Native Americans by crying manifest destiny, and they put this white woman, a ghostly white woman with this book in her hand. Y'all saw that in your history books. I know I did in grammar school, and says we were destined to go westward. Y'all understand that history? America went crazy. So when you hear somebody call Haiti an S-hole country, they're telling you something. And when you hear people say that the Haitian people in Springfield, Ohio, is eating your dogs and cats, they're telling you something. If they had said the Haitians were eating mice, they wouldn't have cared. But the reason why I went the way I did early in the show is I said that if a black man walked down a white neighborhood, they call him the police. But if a dog walked down that, let me tell you, them white folks love them dogs so much that I've seen them. They having sex with them. They kissing them in the lips. A dog would lick another dog's behind, and then a white woman would turn around and let the dog lick them all in the mouth and what have you. Let me tell you, man, when it comes to dogs and cats, y'all are the nastiest. I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get blocked. This video won't be able to be monetized. I'm telling y'all are nasty. I can't call you dumb. I can't call you stupid. I can't call you ignorant. I can't call you an airhead, nor can I call you raka. But I sure can call you a fool. Everything you do is a color scheme. And if you don't know that by now, something wrong with you. That woman put up a post and says they're eating cats and dogs. And when the vice president Trump picked it up, and then Trump picked it up, and then they had to keep the kids home from school and all this stuff. That same woman who posted that said, I didn't know that this was going to happen. I heard my cousin's brother's sister told me that her auntie, this happened to them. And so I posted it. And that one post caused all this mess. And she apologized. But the damage had already been done. And some of you are in the comment section right now, still backing that lie. And I'm getting text messages on this show. Oh, I see you. I see y'all. I'm getting text messages and all kind of stuff from people who are still holding on to that lie. And why are they holding on to it? Because you need a spark. You need a spark. If one person stole a duck, all of the Haitians stole the duck. I can't call you stupid. Listen, let's talk about something that might help you all. Pastors, ministers, and elders, if you live in Chicago, I need you to meet me here in Chicago on the 12th. There is a link on YouTube in the description area of an event that my brother Larry is putting on called Money and Music. You all are going to go out there and vote. Fine, because I'm voting too. And then you all are not going to vote again until another 4 years. Meanwhile, another 2 years, it's the one that makes a difference in your neighborhood, but you won't even do that one. And you definitely won't vote in primaries. So do whatever you want to do, boo-boo. You don't even know what the college is. You don't know what the electoral college is. You don't know what the electorals. You don't know none of that stuff because you don't want to know. And you turn off your TV. You don't want to watch news because it's doom and gloom. But you'll watch one source because that source will tell you don't trust the news. And then you'll listen to a preacher that I just play, and then your life is just jacked up. All right, and then you're crying to the church, well, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. My brother Larry is putting on an event. It's really cheap. You're gonna spend that in coffee. There's a link that Rogers just put there on YouTube. She put it also on Facebook. The link is right there. Go there. If you're in Chicago, I don't know if it's going to be streamed. I don't know any of that. But if you're in Indiana, especially, if you're in any of the bordering states, drive on over and sit with us from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and we're going to teach you what you need to know about investments. All right? Investment. And it is going to help you, your church, your family, your posterity, your generation. And if you live near and you decide that you don't want to go, then don't talk to me no more about finances. Don't ask me no more questions about how to invest. I don't want to hear it. If you this close and you don't want to meet us over there, then you really don't want to know. You really don't care. And I'm really talking to these pastors out here who are robbing you of tithes and offerings, robbing you to make sure that you don't lose a building, but you're going to lose your house. I can tell you how many people have lost their houses because they're trying to keep the building alive. All right? So meet me October the 12th at 10 o'clock. The link is there. It's an Eventbrite link. Pay the lift fee. I'm telling you, it's bubblegum money. And meet us over there. And we're going to be over there. There's going to be a live band there. And we're going to have some good music from some of the greatest musicians in Chicago. And so if your musician is struggling and what have you, send them over there to us. All right? And we're going to show y'all how to survive. All right? The link is on Facebook, YouTube. It's in my description. It's in the chat. It's there. I'm going to go. It's my lunchtime. Time to fill my belly with happiness and joy. All right? Go to patreon.com. And you all know what happens over there. All right? I went somewhere. I'm somewhere right there. I'm back. All right? Unplug this week. I'm going to try to shoot an unplug before I go to lunch right quick. And I'll see y'all over there and see what we can do. Okay? Meanwhile, can y'all stop being foolish? All right? Don't be part of the 5 foolish virgins. All right? Please stop being foolish, but it doesn't really matter anymore. It doesn't really matter anymore. Because again, based off of the comments that I'm reading in there, it is funny to me. If your pastor or a man or woman in whom you call your spiritual leader can't talk about politics, then you've got a weak person who is over you. A weak person. If all they're talking about is money and spiritual matters and intercessory prayer and that's all they got, you ain't no earthly good. They ain't no earthly good. Stuff is happening around them and all they are keyboard soldiers. That's all they are. And don't know nothing about the history in the country in which they live in. Don't know the history. Don't know it. And we're pushing the teachings from a nation of Israel in the Bible in whom we're learning their history and we're repeating this same history. Listen, that war over there between Hamas and Israel and Jerusalem and all these other bordering nations, what's going on over there? You know whose part fought with that? The United States, Great Britain, and France. We did that. World War I and World War II. Gerrymandered them. The same thing that happened to Haiti because of us and France and Great Britain and Spain. Haiti is poor today because of us. They're fighting over there because of us. A lot of it is because of us. We meddled in their business. And America needs to stay away from Haiti. Stay out of their business. Because every time we go over there to try to help them, we make matters worse. And we make them poor and poor. And they wind up losing. And what we're trying to do is give them our democracy. But the Haitian people want their democracy. Their democracy worked for them. We're trying to push a Western democracy into them. And we keep putting up these puppet people. And these puppet people are all for what we need them to do, and plus the Europeans, we need to stay the heck out of Haiti and come to the Sirwalterj show and let's raise money ourselves the way we do. We're not doing a fundraiser right now. Not right now. All right? But we raise monies and we send monies strategically to the people over there. Meanwhile, I've got to now find out what I can do for Springfield, Ohio. So I'll be contacting our ministers at our church to find out what we can do for Springfield for those Haitian people over there, because God only knows what these Trumpsters are doing over there because of some stupid that he said. I didn't call him stupid. I said something stupid he said. I gotta go, y'all. Send me your cards and letters, your hate mail, and your threats and what have you. You can put it in the comment section. Don't worry, I'll read them. I don't always respond to them, but I read them. I read them all. And then I'll say, well, God, here's another one. You told me about this one. It's a free country. Go ahead and respond. Meanwhile, I'm going to eat good today. My brother David Jones's memorial is tonight at 7, and we're going to try to party and send him away with joy and laughter and love. And then I'm going to sleep tonight sound, not worried about y'all. We love you, God. We thank you for these people. We thank you. We ask that you give protection to those Haitian people over there in Springfield, Ohio. Keep those booger bears away. All of those threats and those evil people. Evilness is in the hearts of those people. Keep them away, God. Please protect those people. Send your love over there through your Holy Spirit. Let them know that you do love them. And we love you, for we know all men were made in your image. In Genesis chapter 9, you did not reverse it. You didn't get rid of it. You said a life for a life. I'm with you on that one. So thank you, God, for your grace and your love. We love you. We give your name the praise in Jesus' name. Amen. Take care of yourselves and one another. See you another time. Let's fight tonight.
Fellas, does it seem like you can't get a good woman? Ladies, wonder why you can't keep a man? Then read The 4 Women That Men Desire, Volume 1, by Sirwalterj to figure out how to break the cycle. Go to Amazon.com to get your copy today.